Yo, my peoples, what's up? My name is Jason, and I'm from the Shelf Stories YouTube channel. And I'm here in the Dice Tower today to review Hostage Negotiator Crime Wave. This is the first big box expansion for Hostage Negotiator. I did a video for the base game and where I explain all the rules and I kind of talk about the content that's available in that first game. Crime Wave is basically double what you get. So as many abductors, as many conversation cards, you're basically doubling the content for that game. So please consult that first video for a full rundown of the rules. And here I'm just going to focus on what is new in the Crime Wave box. And then I'm going to have two more videos, one for the last expansion and one for all the abductor packs. So thank you very much if you watched the first video, and please continue to enjoy this series. So without further ado, let's go to videotape and I'll tell you all about Crime Wave. All right, so here is Crime Wave. Before I show you the actual game content, part of the feature of this game really is the box and how they've developed basically the entire life cycle of Hostage Negotiator with this box kind of designed to wrap it all up. So you have your conversation cards and your tarot cards, kind of your core cards over here, and here are the enemy cards. So you you get your first generation, your second generation people, and also you get room for the abductors. So I have here abductors 1 through 7, and there's select cards here because it goes up to 10. So it has room for all the abductors. Your meatballs, and so the base box for negotiator, and also career, and all the stuff that comes with career. Oh, gotta make sure I struggle with that one. All that will fit inside of this box. All right, so some more components out of Crime Wave. This is the bigger tracker, so they keep track of the hostages and the threat meter and all that kind of stuff. New terror deck, but basically remix of the same stuff from the base game. Same thing with these conversation cards. You get the alternate art with the female negotiator, but for the most part, with one or two exceptions, they're reiterations of the core conversation cards as well. What you are here for, the abductors. They are the bad guy's always the main most interesting person, right? So you have, first of all, Elijah Ramon. She is on the lam, and that's represented in the game terms by cycling her escape demands. So she's actually going to get a bunch of escape demands coming into her play area as she plays. You get Barrett Mullins over here, who, as you see, starts with a K. K is terrible. K for kill. And one of the hostages dead, so it kind of begins you behind the 8 ball right away, and you have to kind of use his conversation cards to get you out of a jam, or his demand cards. Finally, Renesha Sharp. She does a lot more with her major demands, kind of cycles them through. You'll see them a little bit more often. So in terms of just, what this game does a little bit differently, these two bosses in particular will give you more to do with the demands. So those cards you have that reveal demand, they don't just become discard fodder, which is true in the base game, messing with the meta just a little bit. This game is always messing with the meta, as you'll see when I cover the other abductors in another video. All right, so that was Hostage Negotiator at the table. I don't have a lot of new things to say. I'm not going to break it down in terms of that strategic and thematic thing that I usually do, because everything that I said about the previous game applies here. It continues to be a very thematic card game. It continues to give the same decision space and the same frustration with dice. They did not address that. In fact, in a way, they kind of double down on it. In the way that they just kind of double your pleasure, double your fun. Abductors and conversation cards, the game just works the same way. You just get more of it, and therefore more replayability. They did address one particular thing, and I really wanted to note this. Because it bothered me when I reviewed the last game, the base game. I mentioned that there's times when the game gets artificially extended, and you're almost like rooting for the bad guy to kill hostages in order to speed the game along and empty out that hostage pool. I hated that. But in this game, there is a card that's a 7-cost card. It's right there. that says that if there are two hostages in the pool and you eliminate the abductor, you hit the double success, then the abductor is eliminated, the second command is eliminated, and the hostages are freed. Beautiful. Beautiful. That's all I was asking for. And I definitely like when a designer looks at the feedback based on what was happening in the first game and then introduces something in whatever expansion to kind of address it. And, I could take that card and just put it into my base game, Hostage Negotiator games, and just be happy. So, cool. Thank you very much for that. I will say I don't think the game really realizes itself until you get to the later expansions, and that's in the next two videos that I'm going to show, the career expansion, the abductor packs. I feel like you're still getting kind of a basic experience. You're still getting, you still kind of have to like the game system. And I understand that not everybody likes the game system. I do. I think the depth doesn't really arrive until you get to those last two expansions. So you really need to get into the abductor packs, because the abductor packs are more than just 3 or 4 cards. Like there's 10, 15, 20 cards, and it really kind of introduces new elements that I think the game really needs to get to that next level. But this game is solid. I'm going to go the same exact grade that I gave the base game, which is a seal of approval, 7 out of 10. If you want to buy this game, Crime Wave, and not the base game, then, I'm not going to argue with that. Either product is good. Okay, so I hope you stay tuned for my next 2 videos in the series. All right, this is Jason reminding you to please visit my channel. I am at Shelf Stories on YouTube and also Shelf Stories BGL on Twitter. Please hit me up. Love to chat games and all that good stuff. So I'm also going to remind you that if you could change your mind, you could change the world. So until next time, later, everybody.